Sherdog.com here with the legendary Royce Gracie on the 20th anniversary of UFC 1. What are the things that stand out to you the most when you think back 20 years ago?
No gloves, no time limit, no weight division, no rules. Yep.
So, I mean, there's a lot of folklore and, myth surrounding the first UFC, how it came to be, what the design and purpose of this was. You have the people say, Horny and Gracie, these guys knew what they were doing. It was basically a commercial for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. They invited all these other people to show the dominance of the art. Then there's other people,
There was nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Hey, we want to show the dominance of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And I mean, Horton's been here in America for a long time and teaching out of the garage. And I came in, you see, and helping him out, and from the garage we opened up the school. But still, a lot of people wouldn't believe. That's back before the UFC. We had what they called the Gracie Challenge. People come into the school and we fight, and just to prove our technique is the best.
Well, how did you end up being the guy who got chosen to go out and represent your family?
I think it was on the right weight at the right time. I mean, Rickson was much bigger, with a physique built by the gods, let's say. So it wouldn't be as impressive at 200 pounds beating a 220 like Ken Shamrock. Or putting Royler to do it, who probably would have won the same way, but would have probably taken a little longer because it's too light. And plus, I was next to Horton the whole time, very loyal to him. At the time, I got pretty much raised by him since I came to America from Brazil. And it's like, I need an opportunity. And he gave it to me.
Did you ask him to be in it?
I was always asking to get in it. I was always asked to get in a fight. People show up to the academy. They will sometimes not even notice. It's like, okay, there's a guy coming tomorrow morning, so be ready. It's 10 o'clock at night. Oh, thanks. I'll be there.
Talk about the Gracie Challenge a little bit first. What was it like going through those matches, and what was the difference between that and actually putting it on TV and doing it in the UFC?
None. What's the difference? None. Not to me. It's just, to me, it's just another training day. That's how I look at a fight. So it's not like I'm getting ready for a fight for a bigger stadium. It's more of it's another training day in a different location, a new sparring partner. So getting ready for the challenge at the Gracie Academy, well, there was not much of a getting ready. He was just teaching everyday classes, and then once in a while somebody would call in and say, hey, I'm a karate guy, I want to come in, or a student will say, hey, I have my instructor that wants to come in and try out. Sure, bring him in, let's schedule. So there was not much of a preparation, I got to get ready for a fight. In reality, in the streets, you don't get ready for a fight. There's no time to get ready. In the streets, if somebody attacks you, you have to be ready. So that's what Gracie Jiu-Jitsu teaches. It's a self-defense art.
What was it like forwarding your art, to the masses?
Man, I think more of everybody back then, 20 years ago, they used to say, 30 years ago, not too long ago, they used to say, well, karate, with one punch, they'll kill you. And Taekwondo, if they do a kick to you, you're gonna break your arm, break your leg. With one kick, knockout stuff. And you see, judo, wrestling, were not considered to be martial art. They were never in the martial arts magazines. And I have a lot of judo players and wrestlers that come up to me, and then after the UFC, thank you, you guys put grappling on the map. So, and that they were overmatched. There was a boxer against a kickboxer. They both say they're the greatest, they both say they're the best. Hey, there's only one way to find out. And yes, after I dominate, on the first UFC, I think a lot of people thought it was fake. A lot of people thought it was like, that was set up for him to win. There's no way. The smallers be able to beat those guys, nah, that easy without taking a punch, without beating up anybody, just subduing them, controlling them. After the second one, that's when people were like, wow,
When you look back at UFC 1, is there anything that stands out in your mind? Maybe people haven't heard before. Something like maybe anecdotes from behind the scenes there.
I mean, the way we think, there was no friendship. Okay, there's no friendship. Back then, I think the guys, even today, they have a little different concept. I mean, for us, it's not, it's a fight. It's a, okay, if I'm fighting you, I'm not gonna be friends with you. So a lot of the times we get into the elevator and the guys wanna get in with us. We're like, sorry man, the elevator is full. Take the next one. A lot of people thought we're jerks, but we're like, we're not gonna sit down in the elevator, hang out, going out. No. Or sit down at the same table to eat breakfast or lunch. We're gonna sit down to eat lunch together. Do we mind if we sit? Yes, we do mind. Get a different table, man. Well, but there's nobody here. Yes, there is. I'm here. So yes, we're a little bit of kind of like jerks, but there's no social life before a fight. After the fight, we can talk, not before a fight. So a lot of times we go into the workout gym and the other guys want to come in to work out. Sorry, man, there's too many people in here. Who pretty much closed down for us. So, and they among themselves, they're all hanging out together and being friends. And it's, nah. After the whole event, they had a after party for the show. And I remember I went there, we got back to the hotel and there was the restaurant was closed, there was no food, I was starving. Okay, went to the after party for a little bit and then I gotta get something to eat. So my wife and I walk out the hotel, we went, changed, put some jacket on because snowing, it's starting to snow outside, went outside to a 7-Eleven, bought some Ritz crackers and an apple juice. Put inside the jacket, I'm walking back in the hotel, going to the elevator. Kevin was here and his manager were like, what are you doing? Because I took the hood off and looks like I'm sweaty, it was just snow melting. And Kevin was here, manager was like, what are you doing? I didn't even flinch, I keep walking the elevator. I wasn't tired, so I had to go for a run so I can go to sleep. Oh man, that's why you're the champion. Man, it's unbelievable. Kevin Rosier have a cigar and a drink in his hand, alcohol, and I'm walking by. I was like, nah, I wasn't tired, so I had to go for a run. Just like walk back in. Wow.
Do you believe what you did early on maybe made it tougher for the sport to grow eventually? Just the promotion of the event, not the actual event itself.
I think it had to be done that way. It had to be called a lot of attention, yes. And then there's a lot of politicians that twist the words, a human cockfight, but it had to be that way. You got everybody's attention. I understand the changes. I mean, it had to be done in order to grow. If not, would it be still in the reservations, states without boxing commission, overseas, you see small stadiums wouldn't be as big. It would have to be pay-per-view, couldn't be live on TV like Fox or like the live channels right now, the open channels. So it had to be done, those changes, I understand it. But we did our part on the beginning. No rules, no time limit, no weight division, everything goes, 2 men walk in, 1 man walk out. That caught everybody's attention.